what's up, YouTube fam? So we got a movie review coming at you, and we are going to be reviewing a movie that is nonetheless controversial, and that is The Hunt. And the reason why this movie is controversial is because actually back in 2019, in August, Universal Pictures had decided to pull this movie because it originally was going to be released on September 27th, now being released as of March 13th, so in 3 days actually. And then they put out a statement basically on the website saying that this is not the right time for the film to be released, especially considering the recent mass shootings in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. The marketing for the film had been suspended due to gun violence that was depicted in it. But nonetheless, now in 2020, they have decided to move forward with this film, and like I said, it's coming out the end of this week. But The Hunt is actually really a not spin-off, but like it has its own spin to the movie The Most Dangerous Game, which basically is a rich guy hunting people for sport. But this film is actually about a liberal elites hunting conservative or Trump supporters for sport, which they were basically selected based off their social media opinions. So 12 people who were basically rated and judged on their opinions that they gave online was all kidnapped and taken to a manor where they woke up and had no clue where they were at. Actually, in this movie, they're referred to as deplorables. But again, this movie was a Blumhouse production, so you know what that means. But Blumhouse is always that style of gore, and yes, indeed, times 100 over. And it was also pretty much, I would say, exaggerated with the sound effects that complemented these scenes. So they really made it like as really like jumpy as they possibly could, because as much as like, and I want to make sure this is very important that this is said. As much as this movie is a horror film and thriller, action, all that other good stuff, you really have to have fun with this film, because that's exactly what it is. It is a fun movie. And even when when your mind want to draw parallels to movies such as The Hunger Games, nope, this movie is a very comedic and fun movie on all accounts. So, and like I said, 12 people were kidnapped from all their respective areas all over, and they had no clue, and they were placed on a battlefield, much like a battle royale, but like, don't think Call of Duty, but again, like fun. So think like Fortnite, what was happening. But I can't emphasize enough. It's a Blumhouse movie, so these kills were absolutely brutal, and they were leaving everybody saying ooh and like and it's like cringing, because they were completely insane. Hell, and you know what else is important? This movie, to be honest, whatever the character that they're focusing on in this movie at particular times, no main character or main person of emphasis is safe. Like it pretty much left no time for people to develop. And the thing about it is that like it left me like at times thinking like, what's going on here? But like once the completion of the movie, it like made sense to me why it was no point for characters to have drawn out like who are they, where they come from and stuff like that, because that just wasn't the focus. And again, for the movie having a controversy around it, I think that to really soften the tone about somebody's like, not so much why they got selected, but like more or less the things they said and their beliefs and all that other stuff and their actions. I think it wouldn't have been no point of, delaying the movie because of something and completely having the movie stay exactly the same, as if like the reason why you pulled it wasn't important enough for you to reevaluate the situation. So it is what it is, but like you can tell like the movie had a particular idea in the beginning, and that they decided to just completely make this fun and just let it be that. Because I believe the movie was only like an hour and a half. Like it was really quick. But like I said, in order, like in regard to the movie being pulled at first, like in regard to the movie being pulled, like at first, I just was just really confused about, all the things that was going on, but or I was more confused about all the things that was going on as far as why was it being pulled because of how the tone was set in this movie. However, the dialogue in this movie is 100% on par as to why, because the conversations are extreme and very prejudiced. So it's like I see how sensitive this movie could have been, or how racist this movie could have been at times, and you can tell like it was clearly dialed back some. This movie, I will say too, and I want to be very clear about this. This movie had a Quentin Tarantino feel, sort of say, but clearly distinguished about Quentin Tarantino as far as his choreography, his cinematography, and his aesthetics and style. So it wasn't that, but yeah, there was certain things you were like, oh, I definitely get a sense of like, Quentin Tarantino influence on this movie, especially the final act, because which was very exciting, and the fight scene had amazing choreography. I truly loved that final act. But again, this movie, I laughed a lot, like a lot, because it was funny. It definitely nailed that. And this movie is not marketed at all as a comedy, but nonetheless, I had fun with this movie. And it was fun. I don't feel like there was really no standout performance in this movie, but I do feel like for each character, they did utilize their screen time properly and enjoyable. So you will see people in this movie for their limited time, and you're like, that was cool, or I like the references and all that other stuff. There was definitely some funny catch lines and puns that was in this movie, but like I said, like nobody was safe at all. And I will say that even to the main antagonist of this movie, I did enjoy 100%. Complete psycho, and that's all I can say about that. I think you will get invested with that character. But nonetheless, The Hunt comes out the 13th, and you guys, when you check it out, come back and let me know what you think. Again, you don't go into this movie thinking it's a complete horror movie, because it's not. It has gore, Blumhouse, like I said, so the project is, but this movie, it was a comedy to me. So I don't know if the market, if they try to like scheme it a certain way for, or try to categorize in a certain genre for sales or whatnot. But the movie was fun. The movie was absolutely fun. Had tons of laugh. I think the rest of the people that watched it today too will mirror that, because a lot of people was laughing as well. It's really one of the ones where you're laughing out loud, or you're just like, oh my God, did they say that type of thing? So, you'll get a taste of it yourself when you go see it. But absolutely come back in the comments, let me know what you think. And as always, stay tuned. More reviews are coming at you soon.